In this video, I'm going to show you an indicator that I use to set up the perfect stop loss and take profit for a day trade setup. And this will help you bring a consistency to your trading on any asset, giving you more confidence with your trade setups. And in return, you will pass more prop firm challenges. You can also check out my free Discord in the description where I help other traders with their prop firm success as well. So the biggest problem that I see with day traders is that they have no idea where to set their stop loss or take profit for their day trade setup. Is it a scalp? Is it an intraday trade? Is it a swing trade? We have no idea. And what's worse is that every single asset has a different range of volatility. So that stop loss is going to be relative to whatever asset you're trading. Okay. So this is what I've been doing for years. You can go on TradingView or any other platform you're on, click on indicators, type in ATR, and that stands for average true range. I'm going to pull that up and you can see this red line pops up down here. Okay. And what that does is it measures the previous 14 candles and the average price movement that those 14 candles have done. Okay. So on the 5-minute candle here, that is a 5 pip average movement. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go to the 1-hour chart. Okay, and we can see here now that average is about 15 pips. And what I like to do is zoom all the way out, get a good look at this range. And you can see that these are different sessions, right, with different amounts of volatility and volume. So I look at the lower end of this range first, which is about 10 pips, right? And the higher end of that range is about 17 pips, okay? So 10 to 17 pips, that's going to be the range of my day trading stop loss. And that gives me some variety when I'm setting up my day trade so that I can adjust my stop loss and make sure that it aligns with proper market structure. So let me show you what I mean by that. I'll make this full screen here. And we can see we had a nice good sell-off on USDCAD. So maybe I'm looking to go short with all this momentum. Well, I am going to set up a limit sell order on a pullback. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Fibonacci tool. I'll run it from the high to the low here. And I can see that, this 50 level retracement aligns with some previous range support right here. So maybe I'm looking to go short when price reaches that 50 Fibonacci retracement level. Okay. So I'm going to take my short limit order tool here, pop that there. And for my stop loss, I said between 10 and 17 pips, right? So what I want to do is I don't want to do 10 pips because that aligns with the 618 fib level and maybe price will pull back to there. So what I'm going to do to customize this a bit while staying within the day trading range is I'm going to move that to a 15 pip stop loss, right? And there you go. Now I have some extra defense on this stop loss in case price blows through the 50 level and wants to test out this zone here rather than reversing right where I want it. Just gives it a little bit more forgiveness while staying within the day trading range. Now for my take profit, what I generally do in all my prop firm challenges and funded accounts is I will target between a 1 to 1.5 and 1 to 2 risk to reward. And what that does is it keeps my take profit within that day trading range to where it's likely going to hit that same day. Okay. So the problem is if I move it way down here, right? If I'm targeting a crazy like 1 to 5 risk to reward, that could take price days to dump down there, right? And who knows, I have to hold it through market reset, pay swap fees, hold it through news that might be coming. I don't know, right? So the best thing to do to make sure you're out of the trade before the day is over is go between 1 to 1.5 and 1 to 2 risk to reward. So let's just say I want to target this previous swing low right here, right? And then I can pull my stop loss down there for a nice 1 to 2 risk to reward. There you go. I'm well above that level. So it's a safe TP, it's a safe stop loss, and it's a beautiful range for a day trade. Now, that's 10 to 17 pips, right? But we can't use that, for example, on gold. Because if I'm doing a 17 pip stop loss on gold, that's going to be super tight. And let me show what I mean. Let's say I want to go short here, right? So I set up a short and I set my stop loss to 1.7 pips, which is right there, 17 pips. There you go. So that's ridiculous. That's going to get swept out just with the slightest price movement. You're going to get whipped out of the trade like nothing. So what we want to do again, right? Pull up the ATR and go to the 1 hour chart, zoom out so we get a better view of the range. The lower end of the range is about $7 and the higher end of the range is about, I would say, $12. So we can set up our stop loss anywhere between $7 and $12. I'll go back down to the 5-minute here and I can set this trade up quite easily. So let's say I want to set my stop loss above this previous swing high right here. I'll just make this full screen. So previous swing high, let's make sure we're above that. So let's pull that up. So that's sitting at $7 there. We definitely don't want to be there in case it makes a nice double top. So I think there is safe. So an $11 stop loss is perfect. And then I can target this previous swing low of this strong move right here, right? I can target that for my profit or close to it again. And there we go. We have another nice 1 to 2 risk to reward trade setup. Okay, if we're going short here. And just one more time, we could do it for GBPJPY, just an example, right? I look at the 1 hour chart and you can see, if you remember, USDCAD was 10 to 17 pips. Well, GBPJPY is, the lower end is 20 pips and the higher end is 35 pips. So you can see how much more volatile GBPJPY is than USDCAD. If I were to go with the same stop loss range on this trade setup as I used for USDCAD, well, that's going to be a disaster. That's going to be close to a scalp, right? Or a very, very, very aggressive day trade. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up, let's say I want to go long here because I think it's bouncing off this support range right here, right? This is all hypothetical trading. I'm not saying it's a good trade. And I set my stop loss to 35 pips, which is below, sorry, I should be on the 5-minute chart. I should set my stop loss below this. Gotta squish this in. Here we go. So I want to set my stop loss 35 pips would be perfect because that's just below that swing low. Now, because my upper end is the upper range of the ATR is my stop loss and I'm still aligning with this swing low, then maybe that's not the best trade to take right now, right? Maybe I should set up my trade so that it's a limit, a buy limit order right at that bottom swing, right at the swing low. Maybe I've decided, okay, if that comes down, I don't have much defense, so I'll just enter long. I want to go long, but I'll wait and enter long there. That now what I can do is I can set this thing to like a 25 pip stop loss, and it's going to be a lot more aggressive, and my risk to reward is going to be a lot easier to hit now. I'll need a lot less movement to hit my 1 to 2 risk to reward because my stop loss is tighter. So it's a nice trade, but I still have a good defense, based off of previous price action to set up my trade within a reasonable range for a day trade. Okay. So that is what I've been doing. And that really keeps my trading across any asset very consistent. My trade times are always consistent no matter which asset I'm trading because the ATR is always relative to the asset. The 1 hour ATR is a great way to set up a day trade. And if you're looking for a swing trade, you can use the higher end of the 4 hour, or you can use the 4 hour, the higher end of the 4 hour, or you can use the lower end of the daily if you like. So if you use the 4 hour, that would be more of an aggressive swing trade. The daily would be a very conservative swing trade or possibly even a position trade. Okay. So I hope that helps. And as always, I go over these concepts in my VIP Discord live all the time. So if you want extra help with your day trading, passing prop firm challenges, get on in there. And if you do, I'm happy to have you, and I'll see you there.